Hey guys, welcome to another mouth-watering episode of my personal experience. Lalameke Thabang Ditlamelo, aka the Godfather T. Some say I'm the myth, some say I'm the truth, and I say I'm the legend. Kumpiano Ramokela Bra Kagiso Monyadiwa, aka Bra Q. Hashtag my personal experience TV. Bra KG.
Etera.
Oshapa Bra.
Aye, fresh visit.
Finally.
Finally.
I don't know if it's the right word to use, but finally we are here because it's been almost a year, ne?
Yeah, almost a year since I got an invitation to come
and then you waited and waited. Whatever. These guys is like they're not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but finally we are here. Yeah, it's anyway. I sometimes say, sometimes we people of this world, we plan things.
Yeah.
And then God decide.
Exactly.
That's how it is. We planned we were gonna have you 6 months ago, 8 months ago, but then God decided no, it's not gonna be that time.
Yeah, no. Like this, God's timing is always the best.
Always perfect.
Yeah.
Otherwise, welcome to my personal experience, my brother. Hakitso re itshimolle kae ka gore go gontsi ka wena, gona le activism, gona le politics, gona le botshelo jwa go ka kakaretso. Jaanong tla re itse ko bunyaneng because you're giving us your personal experience. Tla re itse ko bunyaneng fa o no gola, you know, when you started school, when you decided I'm going to take this route and not take this one. Just take us through in your upbringing.
Yeah, my upbringing was not so wow if motho ka dirisa le role ntse njalo, but I grew up in a family of people who are outspoken, people who don't hold any punches whenever there's something say like a disturb or something say tshwere attention upon. My dad was a very quiet person, but he was immediate. He was when he wanted to do something, he would do it right away without hesitating. And my mother is one person who will tell you where to get off at any given time of day. Does not matter who you are, your social status, your wealth status. They will just tell you where to get. They will tell you where to get off, because she believes so much in truth. Because now I was raised with the principle of the truth set people free. So for me personally, I've learned a lot, especially as a firstborn child of 4 boys.
Oh, okay.
I was telling the other day my fiance that you are very fortunate for squeeze so so yeah, my mom and dad, my dad passed away in 2014, and then I'm left with my mom, ill health, but yeah, we are getting there. She's getting better, and I pray for her health. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, you became an activist parallel to you joining politics. I don't know if it's the right. These words are going to be correct, but I can say you are an upcoming politician. So take us through those. Let's take it one at a time. Activism, and then we go to politics. You know, it's not always the case where you would decide to take other careers, because where we come from, man, we come from villages where we are told, or we see doctors, lawyers, and you know, these famous careers that even your parents would say, Mona, you see that lawyer, when you grow up you must be a lawyer, when you grow up you must be a doctor. So you chose a different route, regardless of where you regardless of your upbringing, where you come from.
For me personally, I don't see politics as a career, but a calling and a commitment. I was raised by a very honest political, father figure in the form of the late and the great Kagiso Monyadiwa. Remember, I was the youth league president of UCDP back in the days. I only left after the party decided to terminate its membership. That's when I thought, okay, let me just take another route. But activism has always been part of me. I started as I'm an artist. My first overseas trip was in 1997. I went to Greece. It was a Lefkada tour. Actually, we went to Lefkada. It was a world folklore festival, something like that, and it encompassed a lot of some other activities where we even visited. There's a place, a mountainous place called Kalavrita there in Greece, and ultimately Athens.
Take me to Greece, actually.
Yeah, well. Beaches there are very nice, man. If you can go and check out the beaches there, you will think that's where God lives.
Yeah.
Beaches there are very nice.
But guys, when he says beaches, he's referring to the water. So please don't
Okay, I see the crew members are laughing.
I see them, they're like,
So that trip was an eye opener. I got to see a lot of people. I got to interact with a lot of different societies. You get a person from Indonesia telling you that in our country we don't have taverns, but we have coffee shops in the entire country, and it's normal. So they are arriving at a very confused, so to speak, environment where people just get drunk the whole night and they go back home
Alcoholism,
tired, broke and stuff like that. So that's when I got to see the world through the other eye and said, okay, this is what South Africa probably needs. And I'm not saying we should not drink. I drink.
but no, I get you. You're just trying to drive a point home that says drinking is not the only thing.
Yeah,
there can be coffee, there can be this, there can be that, and the whole country somewhere beyond South Africa, it's surviving properly with that arrangement of drinking maybe coffee only. You see?
Yeah, they used to survive. I think there was a legislation imposed just shortly before the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, but it was in Indonesia where liquor outlets were open. But over and above that, I'm trying to highlight where this issue of activism came from. We had countries like Saudi Arabia, if I still recall well, where women were not allowed to drive a car.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you meet people from that side of the world, you say, oh, well, that's patriarchy, that's sexism, that's how activism developed. It didn't just come, as something, by the way, that I accidentally met. So it was a process.
Yes.
You understand? I have self-discovered to say, no, let me rather dedicate my life for my society over and above taking a certain career. I'm an artist, we are struggling, man. I've been to so many countries. I can count up to 23. But look at me now. I'm not saying I'm struggling, but ordinarily one would expect me to be, high up there, maybe driving a Mercedes Benz or something like that, or F car. Here I am, man. Still have to catch a taxi, but life goes on.
By the way, guys, I would like this man to forgive me. I forgot to mention he's a DJ. This guy is a DJ.
Yeah.
And the name Bra Q,
it's my stage name, yeah.
His stage name, and it's used there most of the time. When you see Bra Q, you must know it's him. I remember the other day, we had an event where in my village, and then I posted the flyer of the event, and there was a guy, I don't know,
it's DJ Queen, something like that.
I've inspired a lot of people.
Yeah, you can't take those things too hard because like on my Facebook account, I've got about 27,000 followers and about 16,000 likes. So there are a lot of people who look up to you as a brand, though you might not even see yourself as such. But there are a lot of people that are looking up to you as a brand, and it is incumbent upon you to hold the standard and maintain it the way it is. So we inspire people, even like Zamagama or I still inspire a lot.
Still an inspiration to some, yes. So, guys, let's say my personal experience recently, Bra Q, Rabo.
That's
Welcome back, guys. Bra Q. We are still taking his personal experience. This is my personal experience podcast. So let's be Bra Q. Bra Q. The activism, the politics, the DJing. Now, amongst all these three careers, if I were to call it that,
Yeah.
tell us about the challenges, block by block, between the three of them. Because wherever you go, you know, there might be challenges there and there. Like, tell us about the challenges from politics to DJing and being an activist.
Yeah, I guess that I said to you that, for me, politics or activism, because I've been involved in a lot of many other things except politics. I was with a gender activist, a gender movement called Men for Real, where we are dealing with issues or challenges. As you can see, when you talk about gender-based violence, for argument's sake, you see gender-based violence as well, the society view it through the eye of a man being a perpetrator and women and children being victims. But if you look at it deeper, or if you look deeper into it, part of the reason why we are not able to win war against gender-based violence is purely around this mindset, which is actually my fundamental problem. Because well, look at for an example, look at the suicide rate, and then you look at how many youngsters, especially boy children, are succumbing into drugs, and then maybe look at it in an honest view and say the society is looking the other way. I mean, generally,
sorry to interrupt you, but just to add on that, it's true. The society is looking the other way because, for example, I think if 4, if not 5 weeks ago, I came across a post on Facebook saying I wanted to talk, but there was no one to listen.
Yeah.
It's like that guy committed suicide, and it's a man, and like, you know, us when we speak, they're like, you are a man, and be strong, don't cry, you know, that kind of thing. So I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah, because for me personally, your question was around challenges of maneuvering between being a DJ, politics. For me personally, I see this as a perfect opportunity to interact with the society in many different ways. When I'm on a political stage, I communicate in a certain particular way. When I'm behind the decks, I communicate in a certain particular way. And when I do ground activism of, looking after my community where I come from, looking after boy children, trying to make a valid noise to say, listen to the cry of a boy child. I do that at the back of my mind, thinking, how best do I address this particular issue? For argument's sake, I do a lot of soul sessions with this other establishment I cannot mention.
You can mention.
Well, White House, so almost every Sunday. And there are a lot of people that are coming there specifically
shout out to White House.
Yeah, shout out to White House, LVC,
yes.
SMIT.
Yes.
There are a lot of people that are coming there to listen to themselves, because music has got that way of touching the inner self. People do self-discover. There will be an argument as to whether or not that is true, because it's an environment where people are drinking alcohol. Good people, there's nothing wrong with alcohol for as long as you consume it not to escape certain aspects or certain challenges of life.
They're saying soul DJs are not DJs. What do you
Who says that?
People around on Facebook or wherever, they say soul DJs, they just stand there and the songs are playing, and then you put the other one and it's playing, and the argument went on to someone responding saying, and a lot of soul DJs, they don't know how to mix. I know you know how to mix, but I just want your view on that. Like, what do you think? Do you think soul DJs, like if someone is playing soul only, do you think they're DJ? Is it fair to call them DJs, or they're just the selectors? Because that's what they say they are.
DJs are generally DJs are selectors. I'm a house DJ, you know. Everybody, I think those that even watching, they know. For me, there's not much of a difference. I think people are just they're just being dramatic about this whole thing. Look, man, we select songs in accordance to the mood. I mean, you cannot just start a set at a climax.
There was a picture making rounds of that. You saw it, right? That guy who was playing that medley of that long soul song of Ladies Night.
End of the road.
End of the road.
Yeah.
Then that guy was busy making tea on the side while the song was playing. They say, now you see, this is soul DJs. They don't have they've got all the time when they're on stage.
No. Even us, I play I play Afro house music. I play deep and soulful house music. Generally Afro house music. The players about this one, they take about 8-9 minutes. Bright Forest, it takes about 11 minutes. What should I do? Like I pitch immediately after that song plays. I go to the next deck. I pitch. Once I got my pitch, what do? I can even go off stage and take pictures with my fans. So yeah, I do find time to even go to the loo.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we are all DJs, Buffet too. Let's not look down on one another.
On soul DJs. Why do they wear sharp nose? Some of them, by the way.
Chief, I wear sneaker. Yeah, I wear sneaker.
Well, let's go to politics.
Sure.
You are now pushing this thing. 2023 is our 1994 rise up Mzansi something.
Let me correct it. It's a mantra. It's 2024 is our 1994.
2024 is our okay.
Yes. I got involved with different political parties before, and the realization and the appreciation is that they are same script, different cast.
Okay.
If I were to be honest, no, not robust, but honest. I've always maneuvered around many different political parties. Some bangitse ke logo ATM, some bangitse ke logo UCDP, ACDP, EFF, now Rise Mzansi.
I've known you at ATM and EFF.
Yes.
And there was a time, I don't know, was it? Let me not mention people's name. I'll be arrested.
Oh.
There was a time you had a disagreement with someone somewhere, and then they were saying, no, when you are from this party, and then you go to this party. What? I think you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that one with the Rolling Joe. I won't mention the name because he even took me to South African Human Rights Commission to say I'm a racist.
It was big, eh?
It was big that time, but unfortunately it ended up nowhere, not getting anywhere. So for me personally, part of the reason why I moved from especially upstart political parties, if you can check my political journey, it's well documented. I've moved around start-up political parties because I believed there's no future at the DA, there's no future at ANC. ANC is worse. They've demonstrated their failures to govern, and for the longest of time.
I agree with that one. I agree fully.
Sure.
They failed dismally.
They're even failing this platform. Let's be honest.
Yes, even this platform.
Yeah.
They're failing everything.
So Rise Mzansi, for me, it's a call to action for ordinary citizens to rise and do the extraordinary. I still think, Kore, it's high time. We have arrived at a situation or at a time where we need to vote and vote for the reset of South Africa. Hence, 2024 is our 1994. It's a call to action to say, let the ordinary rise and do the extraordinary to save South Africa from falling over the cliff, because that's where we are going.
Guys, it's heated. Rabo. Welcome back, guys. We're still on with my personal experience. Bra Q Kagiso Monyadiwa. Richara koma khetlenya, richara koma khetle. Right. So before the break, you were breaking it down, the Rise Up Mzansi, and how, what is it, what does it do, what you guys aim to achieve, and everything. I think you must just continue on that because we were not done on that part.
Moral, the body politics of South Africa is managed and run by people who are well beyond their retirement age. And these people are a problem because they have outlived their productive lifespan. 8 years, 85 years.
You know, it's very funny. It's very funny. Like this government, the ANC government, is saying to us, when we hire you to work for us, you're going to work until you are 60 and then you go home.
Yeah.
That's what they say. But when it comes to them, they work until they are 90 something. It's okay.
Yeah.
They even take huge, big positions. It's okay. We must be okay.
Let's talk about the Minister of Youth, women, youth, and people living with disability. She has been part of the executive from 1994. She's still part of the executive, and to rub the salt on the wound, she's the Minister of Youth and Women, Children. I don't understand how we even arrived to that. But basically, the point that I'm trying to make is that our body politics is run by people who are very old, and these people are part of the problem. That is why today we're still struggling with fixing the power crisis. ESCOM, a crisis of ANC's making. 16 years to be precise. People have been promising us, like the sitting president, Cyril Ramaphosa, in 2015, he promised that load shedding would be the thing of the past. And he gave us a
open door policy, corrupt free. I'm going to fight corruption.
At ESCOM.
Hey, what? You know,
bailouts and everything. Yeah.
For a moment, I believed him. Do you know that?
Yeah, he sold us a dummy.
For a moment, I think I believed him. I was like, here we were going to see change. Change is coming.
But I never anticipated for change to come because one, Cyril Ramaphosa has always been a Stellenbosch stooge. That maybe that's part of the reason why I joined EFF in the first place before, because I believed EFF, EFF, and I still believe actually. Whether we want to agree with how Malema does his things and whatever. The objectivity that the EFF brought in that parliament, the vibrancy that the EFF brought in that parliament, paved the way for a lot of political parties.
And just to add on that, me and this guy, we are not politicians, but since the arrival of EFF,
you are watching parliament.
Yeah, I even remind myself, I must see what's happening in parliament because of them.
Yeah.
So it's true. It's very true what you are saying. Now, while we are at that EFF thing and government and what. What's your take on their expropriation of land without compensation?
No, I think that policy, if people were doing it open-mindedly, it will serve to level the economic playing surfaces between races. But the way there's a distrust in terms of how political parties would articulate their views on certain matters of interest or issues of interest. It's more like these people want us to believe on something that will not even benefit when we look at it deeper, benefit those that will maybe provide electoral support for that which they are promised to happen. Look at the African National Congress. They promised a lot of many other things, including the land expropriation.
Yes, they did that.
It's their policy actually. The ANC is a splinter. I mean, the EFF it's a carbon of the ANC Youth League. Actually, the EFF, its formation derives from the breaking down of or the dismantling of the ANC Youth League by Jacob Zuma and Cyril Ramaphosa when they were still in charge of the organization. They sent Malema to the wolves, and Malema came back strongly,
leading the pack.
He came back leading the pack. And here we are having EFF, but I'm not going to talk more about EFF because I will sound as if I'm the.
I understand. One last thing. I don't know if it's gonna take us back to the EFF or not, but I just want your view, or rather for us to discuss this part, just a few minutes. After the FNB arrangement. After the FNB arrangement, JJ Tabane went on to call John Steenhuisen a Domkop. You saw that clip, right?
Yeah.
Now, I want your honest view on that. That, like, the question here is, Malema sang that song of Kill the Boer, Kill the Farm. Now, John Steenhuisen, being a clown as he is, he's saying...
Yeah, he's a clown.
He's a clown.
Yeah.
He's saying, our people, black people, are going to go out and kill farmers just because someone said, kill the Boer, kill the farm. That is what he's saying.
That one does not know what they are speaking. They are more concerned about pushing PR and everything like that. Look, my brother, kill the Boer, kill the farmer. You know, certain things we need to speak them from experience as black people. You understand? I can tell you, when we are happy as black people, we sing. When we are bereaved as black people, we sing.
Yes.
When we are in the Harifila in a certain particular way, we sing in most cases.
Yes.
Kill the Boer, kill the farmer. I think it's true. We might not like it, but it's true. The courts of South Africa bought into the logic that the EFF brought before it. So anyone who wants to dispute that, they should not give South African courts a middle finger. I mean, this thing of expropriation of land without compensation. I don't agree with what people are saying to say we must change white people away. We need white people. We are a rainbow nation. We should be a rainbow nation. We should strive to become a non-racial society. At least if we can look and see each other beyond skin pigmentations,
yes.
I can tell you, we will be a nation. So for as long as people don't want to accede to the fact that South Africans have suffered injustices previously, it is going to be a problem. Because those people, by the way, white people, have never came to black people and apologized. I was expecting the whole FNB stadium to be full of white people to say, guys, we apologize for what we did.
That's my point right there. That we forgave people who never apologized.
Exactly.
We are at wrong here. It's not like now they are acting like victims. Hey, they want to chase us.
And I can tell you, my brother, there are a lot of white people who have never been to England. They were born here. They are South Africans. We cannot segregate or
discriminate them or chase them away and all those things.
They are white people. We need to come to life with the fact that we are born here. Much as we have got Banabar India, they've never been to India. They've never been to Bangladesh. It's only our sisters who decided to sleep with these guys over in the tuck shop and stuff like that. We have got Nigerian kids here.
Someone said.
So should we take them? Should we chase them away? They've got South African IDs. They are here. And I've worked with a lot of white people. I was working with Sherilyn Dudley in Parliament. I know a lot of white people that are so South African. And majority of those that I know, they have only one passport, which is the South African passport.
You see, from where I'm sitting, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but from where I'm sitting, I think white people who are worried about this thing of kill the Boer, kill the farmer, what, those who are worried mainly are the racist ones.
No, they are unrehabilitated, those ones. they must come to our level of pain that we felt before. Then they will understand.
And decide to forgive them.
We decided to forgive them. Mandela told us, let's forgive and forge unity. Unity
is the power.
I can tell you, if we want to build this nation, we have to look at each other beyond one skin pigmentation.
Oh, guys, yeah, we're breaking it down from the side of politics, trying to see how do we march going forward. Faraboa, we're going to wrap up the political arrangement and then continue. Raboa.
Download Virgo's free Android app on Google Play, chat, engage, and make friends on South Africa's niche social network.
Welcome back, guys. This is my personal experience. We're taking it down. But we're still rolling. We're still rolling. So, my brother.
Sure.
Let's now go to your view, or rather, we can call it a prediction. As a politician or someone who's in politics, you have your own
Personal
something that you want to see happening, or that you wish to see happening, or that you foresee that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to the national elections next year. What's the mood? What's your take? What do you think? What's the prediction? Like, what do you foresee is going to happen next year?
Oh, disclaimer. I'm not speaking in my capacity as an affiliate of Rise Mzansi, but I'm speaking in my capacity as a South African.
Yes. A law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, a patriotic South African.
Yes.
For me personally, I think our democracy is maturing in such a way that people are coming to acknowledge and appreciate the fact that the ANC, one, has failed to govern. Number two, DA is not an option because DA is advocating for a two-party state. They are not appreciative of the diverse society we are.
What is that? They want the federal state.
Yeah, they want a
They call
federal
themselves
state.
the federalists.
Yeah.
That's what they call
Yeah.
themselves.
So they want a two-party state. Basically, it's either you go left or right. In a diverse society that we are, which is something that is not going to happen. Not in a million years. Here in South Africa, it will never happen. EFF is blending South African politics, truth be told. Now we have got startup political parties. I'm not going to talk about IFP because IFP is more like a KwaZulu-Natal. It's a tribalist organization,
It's a thing of KZN.
Yeah, it's a tribalist organization.
Actually, I think the creation of IFP was never to be
a national party.
It
Yes.
was just a Natal thing.
Yeah, to keep.
Because remember, there was a time they were pushing for Natal to be like Lesotho. They wanted to have their own country.
Even the DA is pushing for Western Cape to be independent. So you can't really take those parties seriously. I mean,
they're just joking.
Even the DA is a regional party, belongs to Western Cape. So, and they will be exposed because they are not used to rendering services in bigger spaces like they are failing in Tshwane currently. This is the second term they are leading a coalition government in Tshwane, but they are failing. And we have got Rise Mzansi coming through, and Rise Mzansi is inclusive of everyone. I can tell you, we have got Indian people, we have got black people.
So let me interrupt you just a bit. I want to understand. Rise Mzansi is a political party, or is it?
Rise Mzansi is a political party, a product of a public engagement that was facilitated by a civil organization called Rivonia Cycle. Okay. It is a platform of think tanks that are looking deep into South African politics and what is it that needs to be done or what must happen in order to remedy situations that we are faced with. But to go back to your question as to what is going to happen in 2024, I can tell you safely that our democracy is maturing because parties like Rise Mzansi are going to dilute the political space because we are more appealing to South Africans who are appreciative of challenges that this country is faced with, and those that are aware of the body politics that are failing to address challenges of people on the ground. And I can safely tell you that coalition governments are inevitable because provinces like Northwest Province, they are hung. If people in this Obata local municipality can be able to restrict the ANC to below 50%, then what prevents people from Mahikeng or Rustenburg to do the same? We have got municipalities in Dr. Ruth Somosi Party that are led through coalition government. So coalitions at the national level, very much possible because the ANC has fluffed. At the provincial, yes, here in the Northwest Province, actually we are going to put on a very fierce political contestation or campaign in the Northwest Province as Rise Mzansi. I can guarantee you that.
So in closing, you're saying
coalitions.
There's a high possibility we don't have an upright.
We are not going to have an outright because South Africans are aware of the failures of the current government. They are aware of the ineffectiveness of the body politics that the DA, the ANC, the EFF are involved in. They want, that is why I said in my opening remarks that we need to vote for the reset of South Africa. Reset in many different other ways. The way we vote, the way we view things, the way we view politicians, like it's funny, man. Last year, Nernale incident, the Harmonizing, where people were dying because of cholera. The very politicians who are supposed to be accountable to the people are coming at Harmonizing, and the very people whom their loved ones have died because of cholera are celebrating politicians as if they are celebrity. So this mentality needs to shift. And I can tell you, with political parties such as Rise Mzansi that are over and above doing campaigns, are doing we are doing electoral education. That mentality is going to shift because these people, we should not see them as celebrities but as servants that needs to be accountable to us. Yes. Thank you very much. 2024 coalition governments voting patterns are shifting.
Last question from political side, and then I'll close it. Then we'll move to another one. Personally, where do you want to see yourself in the political space? Where you would say, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve in politics. Now I can maybe go home or retire or whatever. Like, what is there? Maybe minister or MEC or president or what? Like, where do you want to see yourself, and where you can sit and say, I've made it now in politics. I did what I wanted to do. I can, go home.
For me, it's not about where I would want to be. But it's about where I would want South Africa to go to. South Africa is a country that has got great potential that is yet to be unleashed since the dawn of the democratic dispensation. We have been having a party that is failing to govern, and well, to be specific, to answer you. In a way that you'd want me to answer.
No, not in a way that you want me to answer, but
okay, if given an opportunity, I would rather want to serve as a minister of social development because I've done a lot of work on the ground, and I can safely say I'm clued up with challenges that are leading South Africa to so much social ills that you are currently experiencing, and the inability or the barrier that is in front of us that prevents us from being able to sort out or deal decisively and adequately with issues around gender-based violence. For as long as we still, I repeat, for as long as we still view gender-based violence as abuse against women and children, then it's like all these campaigns that we are doing, we are cutting the tree, the branches, and expecting the tree to die.
Not cutting the roots.
We're not cutting the roots.
Do you believe ANC still votes?
I don't believe the ANC still votes. I've been that's a bombshell from here to Ukraine now. Yes, there were attempts of ANC stealing votes in many voting districts. In 2029, we were complaining about the zip machine that was not effective. I was part of the vote tallying of the IEC.
I remember that zip story running around.
Yeah,
What?
and people, that's what we call indelible ink. It was easily removed, and taking that challenge of indelible
And that
ink
is supposed to be there maybe for
4 days.
Yeah. I know.
And then on a situation where that ink can be removed, and the zip machine, people were attempting to vote multiple times, which is something that maybe will point to the direction of ANC trying to steal votes. I cannot say they are stealing votes, because if they were stealing votes indeed, then they will still be in charge in Ekurhuleni, Tshwane, Gauteng, and even here in Ditsobotla.
They wouldn't have dropped.
They wouldn't have dropped, actually, yes. So they are attempting to steal votes, and
They are failing.
they are failing because, well, they are trying. I'm not sure if they are failing or what, but they are trying. Because even if you can look at the composition of the electoral staff, it's mostly people who are affiliates of SADU. And SADU is it's a member organization of COSATU. COSATU is a alliance partner of the ANC. The principals that are in charge of voting districts are the ones that are presiding over elections, and they are aligned with the ANC. So obviously, but I wouldn't say outrightly or boldly that they are stealing, not unless I was having something that
proves that indeed in most cases, everything.
but these people, they are stealing.
Everything.
Yeah.
Even if they are giving a small thing, or no, go buy 3 people water, they'll steal one.
Yeah, no, they'll steal one on top of the exorbitant prices. This water for them is about 30 rand or 40 rand.
And steal one.
And then steal on top of that.
Well, everywhere you go, whatever you do in life, there's a point where you achieve. You count your blessings.
Yeah.
You sit down and say, I've achieved this, I've achieved this. Through your DJing, your activism, your politics, generally, tell us about your achievements so far. Like, what you have achieved, what you have accomplished so far.
For the fact that people bangiti through activism, that for me is an achievement. For the fact that people bangiti through music is an achievement. For the fact that the Mzansi has entrusted me with the responsibility of being the provincial organizer. That for me is an achievement, because once you win people's hearts, I think for me it counts more than being rewarded through money. You understand? So for me personally, not talking about politics now, my achievement is having a very stable love life. I'm with a very awesome woman. Her name is Tumelo. She's very beautiful, my brother.
I've seen
I
her.
love you, baby.
I've
Yes.
seen her.
That woman is very beautiful, in and out, my brother. I don't want to lie. Respect. She's calm generally.
Does she support you in all these things? Because women are always, not all of them. I withdraw and rephrase. Not all of them. Not all of them. Some women are always skeptical about, being in love with a politician, a guy who like a guy who's always involved there and there. Hey, they will kill him.
Every small light it was a challenge. Even to an extreme extent that her parents were questioning her to say, "Oh, why would you go for a DJ? Why would you go for a politician?" I remember our first meet up with the parents. The dad-in-law was like, "Okay, my son, when you say you want to be my son, right?" I said, "Yes, I want to be your son." "Okay, when you are out DJing, who's going to take care of my daughter? Will she be alone at home?" I didn't know how to answer that question. Even today, I'm still fiddling with answering that question, because that's who I am basically, and I'm not gonna change who I am, because what I am, it's what I am because I'm a person's people. I'm a people's person actually. So I'm not going to be detached away from people because that's my ministry. Talking to people through music, talking to people through activism, politics. That's my ministry. That's how I touch people's lives through music, through politics, through activism, through many other different ways. So that my personal relationship, my love life is one of my achievements, honestly speaking. And for the fact that I still am able to travel the world, I still view that as my achievement. Actually, Kagiso Monyadiwa, who's from a very poor family background, even the smallest of things, fact that it's a personal achievement. Fact that I skip as a Kaizer Chiefs, suddenly 2 days is on cheats.
I was waiting for you to mention Kaizer Chiefs. I knew we were not gonna finish the interview without him mentioning.
No, but you see, man, everywhere we go, it's Kaizer Chiefs.
Honestly, that team, it keeps on disappointing me. But anyway, let's go to a break. We will come back
to Kaizer Chiefs and then close. You want to give me high blood?
Download Virgo's free Android app on Google Play, chat, engage, and make friends on South Africa's niche social network.
Welcome back to the last segment, guys. We're talking about Kaizer Chiefs before we go to the break. We're going to wrap it up now. I just want to tease him with his Kaizer Chiefs team. I believe Kaizer Chiefs is actually giving you permanent chest pains. You are now living with chest pains.
There's no such. There's no such.
I'm a Pirates fan. Right?
Yeah, I know. I know. That is why you are like a vocabulary chest pains. Look, my brother. I think Kaizer Chiefs has got serious problems.
Right.
That if we are not paying attention to details, Kaizer Chiefs will fade away like Santos. Santos used to be one of the mining Rangers, and they Swallows at one point was playing at ABC Motsepe. So we don't want a situation where Kaizer Chiefs is heading that direction. And if you are not paying attention to details, Kaizer Chiefs will end up there. And it pains me to say that. Not that I have constant chest pains, because I know when actually they should give me Pirates the entire season, because last season I collected 6 points home and away. So you can imagine if I were to play you every weekend, I would win the league with 10 games to go. So but on a serious note, I think the boardroom of Kaizer Chiefs need to introspect. We have blamed coaches, we have blamed players, we have blamed everybody else except for the boardroom. So they need to introspect.
They made a right decision by hiring that Omo guy.
I don't think the Omo guy is. Nekidira joke kumaloba ko Facebook. If you know, it's Empedi Tupana. Where now is Empedi Tupa? Okay, let's not get your body shaming, but it's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
But that guy, Bafetu, Chiefsy has now become an academy. No, Chiefsy has become an academy for coaches now. I mean, we have got quality players that with proper coaching.
They can do a better.
Look at Njabulo Blom. He's excelling in United States of America.
From
Kaizer Chiefs. There are a lot of players. Even Sekhota, watch the games.
I loved that guy. Sekhota, I loved from Swallows.
There was no coaching done at Kaizer Chiefs.
I loved that guy. When he got there, they didn't play him.
Josh Matlow, that guy can pass you Ronwe or Rohan and self, but he's not playing. We have got a lot of players. Bruce Vuma, he did excellently well. Harifitisa go the final in the CAF Champions League. He's not playing.
Now you are playing that No, that goalkeeper guy.
But anyway, I hope for Majita Babako technical teaming, but my man, because we Chiefs, we don't want a situation where it's one like Rustenberg where coach says coach was to be escorted off the field. You don't want that. You are the peace-loving nation. But even a peaceful person, honestly,
they go to
you go to the bar push, man. It's what I'm saying. Patient, don't cheat. Gradually, labo fellow who is a hotel. Right, man.
Well, my brother, thank you very much for coming and honoring our invite to My Personal Experience podcast. Now, I'm gonna give you a minute.
Yeah.
There's a guy who wants to be a DJ. There's a guy who wants to be a politician. There's a guy who wants to be an activist. There's a guy who wants to change their life, a woman or a man. I'm gonna give you a minute or two to speak to them and advise them and you know change their minds. You know, make them see the light.
I ke rata go bua gantsi le ba batlang go tlase.
Prefer you look at it direct.
Find your path. We itse gore o batlang ga o batleng at an early age. Don't focus more on ditsala, because ditsala is you end up finding role models mo go bone, and it turns out gore ke di bad role models. Re tlola le bota o tse TV ya mo ntlung or betsa girlfriend o dulang lone. So find your path. I won't say get into politics, get into the music industry, do this, don't do this, but focus on what is it that you want to see happening ka botshelo ba gago, and follow that, because ke ditoro tsa gago. Find your aspiration, find your path. It will lead you to greater things in life. I can tell you, now personally, I'm surviving without being employed, without stealing from anyone. I'm surviving more than even people who are employed themselves, because I've decided to find my path. Give 50,000 account. So I found my path. So a young person at home, find your path. Maybe we're not going to 200,000 or 300,000. It's not a matter of me encouraging you to be like me on DJ or Bra Q DJ.
Yes.
It's not like so. For me, find your path, follow your dreams and aspirations. Na o kankrea mo di handle tsaka ke Kagiso Monyadiwa, ko Instagram @Kagiso Monyadiwa, ko Twitter ke X. Ke X again. X has to lead Twitter. Ke X.
Oh,
X.
Oh, yeah.
Elon Musk, yes.
X.
And then Kagiso Bra Q Monyadiwa ko Facebook, then yeah. For
thank you very much, my brother. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Shout out to Lobsnell for hosting us.
No, thank you very much, Lobsnell Car Wash. Remo Lobsnell, we are shooting live from Lobsnell Car Wash. They contributed a venue, so thank you very much. Shout out to Lobsnell Car Wash. There's a Chesanyama, there's a, you know, nice chill. Everything is here. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe at My Personal Experience on Facebook, at My Personal Experience TV on YouTube, and Instagram at My Personal Experience TV. Linalameke Thabang Gotfadat Ditlamelo, aka the Gotfadat T. Some say I'm the myth, some say I'm the truth, and I say I'm the
Thanks for watching My Personal Experience, powered by Virgo. Remember to subscribe on these channels: YouTube, Google Podcast, Spotify Podcast and Virgo Play.